Pretty much the perfect way to start this. I'm super tired right now, but I'm throwing together a video because I know if I don't, it's not going to get done. Last week was crazy. I just got back from Cali, sickest trip. Spoke 6 times in 3 days close to home. Flew up to Terrace, BC. Saw my buddy Dave up there from ICBC. Spoke the next morning. Then I flew from northern BC, Terrace, down to Vancouver. Flight delayed, barely got to Seattle. Finally, I actually got on a plane, got to Seattle, flew to Vegas, met my buddies there, stayed up all night, had a wicked night. Next day I fly to Cleveland, and in Cleveland my buddies and I saw MANOWAR. Oh man, dude, sickest show ever.
I don't even know where I am. I'm in Massachusetts, I know that much. Pretty close to Boston. About to get my first talk here ever. It's parents' night. I am feeling haggard. I'm definitely coming down. This might be a bit of a tough one, but I'm gonna rock it. Kara, my partner in the Drive to Save Lives, is MCing, which is cool. So Brad, I have a friend here, and she's gonna be good today. We're all filling up. It's a lot of people.
A speaker who's been an incredible source of inspiration in my life.
Talk at Wilmington High went so good. It was so rad. Oh man, got like one of the coolest standing ovations I've ever had from parents and students alike. Really cool. And then went out afterwards for sushi. Wednesday morning I drove to Vermont. Went up through Massachusetts, then through New Hampshire, snowstorm in New Hampshire, all the way to the top of Vermont. I ended up actually almost in Quebec in a place called Innisbrook Falls. And the students there, again, just awesome, beautiful theater, really, really cool. Standing ovation again, totally stoked. Day. I spoke in Richford High School in the morning, and that was really, really cool. A beautiful drive, the sun was shining. I was listening to drop kicks, you know, it's St. Patty's Day, rocking the green. The students are just in a good mood, enthusiastic. Another really sick standing ovation, and then hung out in the school for hours afterwards. I could have never left, really. It was just so cool. We had so much fun. So that's pretty tight for time. It's like tear apart forever.
Just look at your toes and remember our story. Thank you so much for having me in your school today. Thank you to SAD for organizing this. You've just been an amazing audience. Thank you.
Forever I'll find you, forever will be, forever I'll
next destination was Fairfax High School, and just on the way there, I was in the best mood. You know, I'd had such a great morning. The sun was shining. I was like, I want to keep the streak alive. I want to just rock it this afternoon. Blast and drop kicks still. And it was really cool as it pulled up. Friends Jordan and Lindsay, who I'd met back at the SAG conference in Orlando, and also the GYLC conference, who really made it possible for me to be at this school, and probably this whole tour in general. Yeah, actually this whole tour in general. They were there, and that just made my day. So that was definitely, this is probably one of the best presentations I've ever done. Fairfax, Vermont. School of awesome Jordan and Lindsay, my buds. Rock and drop kicks. To the skate vid, because it's St. Patty's Day.
That's what we accidentally called him. We had a blast. Next day we got to see our presentation, and from that point we knew we had to bring him up to Vermont.
I believe 100% that life is not so much about what happened. It is more about what happens next. And that means we can't go back, we can't change the past, but today, tomorrow, the future, the rest, it's up to us, and it is the choices we make, and it's never too late to take that right turn. Never too late for a fresh start. Sharing our stories what I do next. And as I was driving here today with my hand control, sun shining, had a good one this morning, I told myself this is going to be the best friggin' presentation I ever gave. I just gave you everything I had, and I really, really hope you took something positive away from our time here together. If you ever need to come back to anything I said, or anything you felt or heard today or saw, here's a little reminder. Please just stop, wiggle your toes, and remember our story. Just wiggle your toes, Fairfax, and remember our story. You've been amazing. Thank you so much. KBTLSP.
Rocked, dudes crying, like, man, it was a sick day. It was such a good day. And Friday, oh, I woke up, I was so tired, just haggard. I wrote 62 emails the day before, and I was just wiped, like absolutely wiped. Went to CBU High School, where I met with my buddy Max, who I also know from GYLC and Florida. So stoked to see him. 2 presentations in a row.
All the way from Virginia, as well as MANOWAR. Thanks for having me in school. I'm going to tell you a story today. Hey, if you ever need to come back to anything you heard or felt or saw today, hey, Lucy, and ask you one simple thing as a reminder. Please just stop, wiggle your toes, and remember our story. Just wiggle your toes, and remember our story. Thank you so much for having me in your school today. You just made my morning. You were awesome.
First talk, I didn't get a standing ovation.
Maybe I'm a bit demanding. I'm really gonna try to get one right now. My goal is to make these dudes and gals stand up. So this is me before. Let's see if I make it happen. Not to say the first group wasn't rad, they were rad, but I wanted them to stand up.
And the reason why he's here is because the group that I'm affiliated with, BTLSP and SAD, we actually saw him at National SAD Conference, Students Against Destructive Decisions, in Florida. And there were about 6 motivational speakers there, but we chose, as our group, chose Kevin Brooks.
Warm CBU welcome to Kevin Brooks.
Kind of cool and not having that Metallica loud. What I could hear, there's a lot of sniffles, and I'm thinking those aren't all head colds, which means you're probably feeling me, which I think is awesome. I hope you keep feeling this story, you keep it with you, and I'm gonna leave it with a little reminder. If you ever need to come back to it for any reason, please just stop, wiggle your toes, and remember our story. Just wiggle your toes and remember our story. Thank you so much for having me here today.
And man, they both were super good. I know I was whining about the no standing O, but they were still stoked. You know, I don't always get those. But the second one, I got one from the older students, and then again, just hung out for hours in the cafeteria. I was kind of thinking of how I really don't feel out of place at all, just chilling in a high school cafeteria. Kind of made me laugh. And then off to Boston, where I picked up the fam, and that's where we are now, and new adventures begin. It's a sunny day. And we're gonna rock it, drop kicks tonight. This tour's been kick-ass, stoked. Thanks to everybody from last week. Thanks huge, there's so many of you. Thanks for the messages, the hugs, the tears, the knuckles, just chilling, chatting, hearing your stories and all the thank yous. Thank you very much, you made this week amazing. Thanks.
We are the ones who survive.